Welcome back. Mariners lose 3-0. They fall to 52-47, and they lose the first of the 3-game series against the Houston Astros. Go over all of these crazy scoring plays. Jose Altuve reaches on a bunt single. Trey Cabbage scores on a throwing error by Josh Rojas. Yanier Diaz singles to right to score Jose Altuve and Alex Bregman. 3-0 at the end of 3. I wish I had more things to tell you. Let's start with the positives. I'm going to tell you the biggest positive. It has nothing to do with the Mariners. There's another positive I'll tell you about that you guys are used to me talking about as well. But I am still on cloud 9 over what I got to do this week. For those of you who are unfamiliar, I got to host on KJR all week from 12 to 3, the Ian Furness show. It was an absolute blast. It was, for my professional career, probably the highlight of it. And I've gotten to host for Ian before, and I've gotten to do some really cool things. This is a cool thing. I've gotten to write for ESPN and NBC, and, I'm still writing for NBC and a whole bunch of cool stuff. I am appreciative of what I've gotten to do. But that was my dream job. That still kind of is my dream job. Heck, it's not just kind of is. It's my dream job. It's what I've wanted to do since I was 7 years old. So to get to do it for a full week was amazing. And I thank everyone who listened. I thank everyone who offered feedback, both constructive. Most of you were just really, really nice, though. And I'll never forget it. I sure hope I get to do it again soon. Maybe have something cool to tell you next week. Offensive positives from this game. Victor Robles. Victor Robles has been phenomenal. He's now getting on at a 380 clip with a 390 slugging, which isn't great, but it shows he's not just dinking and dunking the baseball. How about Victor Robles? That's been fun. We'll talk about the rest of the offense in a different part of this segment. Not this segment, or different part of this video. I thought Luis Castillo pitched pretty well. He did not clearly have his best swing and miss stuff. I think I saw that he generated 6 swings and misses. And the third inning wasn't perfect. He hits a batter, but he gives up a bunt single on a, we'll talk about it. I thought Luis Castillo pitched well enough to win today. I've seen Luis Castillo struggle against the Houston Astros. I don't think he struggled today. Was he phenomenal? No. Did he pitch well enough to win? I really think so. I thought he pitched more than well enough to win. Maybe we'll get there. Bullpen was really good too. Taylor Sassetto, scoreless inning with a couple strikeouts, and Colin Snyder strikes out the side. I have not jinxed that young gentleman yet. I cannot tell you how impressed I've been with Colin Snyder. Another positive, the Mariners did get Gabe Spire back today. A negative, or maybe a neutral thing, is they have to DFA Mike Baumann. It hasn't worked out. There have been some flashes. I hope no one claims him and they can stash him in AAA, but it just hasn't worked out. And they have enough talented relievers to get away with him not being on there. I still would add another reliever. I would have said that even if Mike Baumann would have been perfect. It's a little disappointing, but it is nice to get Gabe Spire back because I think he makes that bullpen better. You know what really can't improve very much is Simply Seattle. They provide the very best in Seattle sports gear. Great stuff for the Mariners, of course, but the Seahawks, the Kraken, the Storm, the Sounders, the Huskies, the Cougars, you can find it all at Simply Seattle. You enter code MOLLYWOP15, MOLLYWHOP15, and you save 15% off your order. Great deal from great people. I cannot appreciate Simply Seattle enough. So I would appreciate you guys going and spending your hard-earned money on a lot of really cool stuff. They are the best. Love you, Simply Seattle. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Hunter Brown was pretty good today. Didn't have his best command, but I thought he was pretty good. And he's been pretty good since like the middle of May. No, it was more like start of June. I'm so sick of watching this offense look inept. And for the overwhelming majority of this game, this offense was inept and inadequate. Wowzers. I just said wowzers to describe the Seattle Mariners. It's just not good enough. It is not good enough. There were some dreadful individual efforts today. JP Crawford was terrible. Josh Rojas, bad. Julio hit one line drive and drew a walk, but it's not enough. Big Dumper, not enough. Mitch Garver was awful. Polanco did hit a double. Great. Ty France. Oh my gosh. Let's specifically talk about Ty France because I don't feel good about this, but you're starting first baseman on what is supposed to be a more than a playoff contending team, right? His exit velocities today were 53, 47, and not applicable because of a strikeout. Applicable. You know, if you want to take a positive from this game, they only struck out 8 times, but they only got 4 hits. And really, only 1 extra base hit, the Polanco double. Just awful. Just an awful offensive game. And we have just seen so many of these. And it doesn't matter if Hunter Brown is pitching or Hunter Strickland is pitching or Strickland Propane is pitching. It doesn't matter because the Mariners make all of these guys on a consistent basis look like aces. I didn't mean to make bases and aces rhyme like that. You know, I think I'm extra frustrated by this tonight because I talked about this all week on the radio that I thought it was so important for the Mariners to do well in this series. And for them to come out flat, and I think the word flat is more than apt. They made 2 errors tonight, by the way. Should have been 3, but 1 got changed. The other thing I would say, the error has to go to Josh Rojas, and it was a very bad throw. I also think Ty France has to keep that ball in front of him. It's not the reason they lost the game or anything like that, but it's just something I noticed. But you just, I felt like this series, and it still is, and there's still a chance to win the series. There's a positive for you for sure. You've got 2 more of these games. But to see them lay an egg like this, and it wouldn't matter if this game would have made Houston, well, I guess it does, but whether it put Houston 8 games up or put the Mariners 8 games up or anything in between, to see them just completely look like this. I'm trying to think of the nice ways to put it. It's extremely disappointing. Sorry, gotta get comfy. Did a lot of driving this week, and my body's feeling it. I think I added up that over the 5 days, I ended up driving a total of 16 hours. On the way home, more than that when you count getting there, but just on the way back. The traffic from Seattle to Shelton is just abysmal. Seattle to anywhere. I'm so annoyed because I drove home today and took about 3 hours and 10 minutes, give or take. And I was pumped for this game. And I really thought I was going to see an energized ball club. I didn't see an energized ball club. And that's in the eye of the beholder, right? Maybe you guys who are at the game saw a team that was trying their hearts out. And I'm not saying that they weren't trying. I just didn't feel the energy that I was hoping to feel from this team. And I do think stuff like that matters. It's hard to quantify, but I do think it matters. And I don't know who to blame for that. I don't know who to blame for that. I know who people are going to blame for that. I don't know if it's their fault or not. I didn't get a chance to talk about this. I wanted to talk about the Mariners' decision to not start Logan Gilbert on Sunday. I really don't like it. I don't think it makes much sense. Their logic being that they want Brian Wu to get on the mound and that they want to give Logan Gilbert rest. Okay. Is 24 hours really the difference here? Is that what this is? Is it really just that one extra day is going to make the difference between keeping Logan Gilbert healthy all year and to be fair, they haven't set their rotation for that series yet. I just don't understand starting Wu in that game. And we'll see how it works out. Maybe Brian Wu is going to absolutely shove, and maybe Logan Gilbert will shove again against the Angels. And I just don't quite get the logic here. And I don't have to. They don't. They certainly don't have to make decisions based on what I think or you think, or it's what's best for them. And I'm all for protecting arms. We should be abundantly clear, those of you who have read my stuff for a long time, that I am pro caution. This one seems weird to me. If the reasons they're giving are the without, I'm not calling them liars by any stretch of the imagination, excuse me, but I don't know. I don't know. What I do know is that I'd really appreciate it if you hit like on this video. I guess it's kind of liked. I would appreciate you if you subscribed. I'd appreciate it if you hit join. We'll get back to our weekly chats now. Sorry, guys, it's just been super crazy. I've posted a bunch of draft stuff, of course, and I will have that video. It looks like on Monday. I'm still waiting for him to get back to me, but it'll be a report from a scouting director on every member of the first 10 rounds of the picks from the draft class. So I think people will dig that. It's $4.99 a month. It really supports the channel. And I'll also have my updated top 100, including the draft class. So that's cool. will have the top 15 is what I don't know if I said that or not. I'm tired and I'm very frustrated by this offense. If it sounds like I've been beaten down, like I kind of have.